and playing hot potato with it. He barely caught it on the offensive rebound before he tipped it to his teammate Caleb Love, his 6th tray.
6 trays, 7 assists. Pretty good night for Caleb Love at the arena last night as the Arizona Wildcats knocked off the Utah Utes by a score of 83-66 to remain 3 games behind the Houston Cougars in the race for the Big 12 championship. A share, anyway, because Houston already has half the title, regardless of what happens over the course of these last 3 games. But you know what did Rich Rod used to say? So you're telling me there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. There's a chance Arizona could still sneak out with a half of that title. We'll know for sure probably by Saturday night. Another win by Houston, and they wrap things up. They would have to lose their last 3. Arizona would have to win their last 3. And I don't know if there's anybody on this planet that thinks that the Houston Cougars are going to lose 3 games in a row. Dragon Ball, do you think the Houston Cougars are going to lose 3 games in a row?
I would say that's a hard pass for me personally. I think that, again, when you look at how well Houston has played up to this point, I mean, they've dominated in a conference that is really, in essence, I mean, this is one of the top, if not the best conference in men's basketball right now. Between the winning streaks that they've had with the one loss they had to Texas Tech, I mean, the last win streak they had was over 10. It was in double digits for a winning streak. I don't see them failing between Cincinnati, a Kansas team that has looked very, very human the last couple of appearances, as well as going into Baylor to finish off their year. I'd be hard-pressed to say that one of those games is a slip-up by this Cougar squad.
All right, so, hey, even if the Wildcats don't find a way to win this thing, they will still at least likely be the number 2 seed, which means that they would get the double bye in Kansas City for the Big 12 men's basketball tournament. We talked a little bit about this last night. The craziness that is potentially having to win 5 games in 5 days. And I know, I mean, we've heard it a number of times, and we heard it today from Adia Barnes that, you know, these kids, they play every day in AAU. They're used to playing games every day. I don't know if they're used to playing games of this magnitude that you get at a conference tournament every single day. And then potentially you have to follow that up. Maybe even like if you play till Sunday, 48 hours later, if you're one of those last teams that might get in as a first 4 and you got to go out and play another game 48 hours later and then play another game potentially Thursday. That'd be set. Can you imagine playing 7 games in likely 1 week, a little over a week?
I mean, kind of like what Adia said. I mean, that's AIA ball at that point. I mean, there's no practice. It's just you play a game, and whoever happens to have the best shooting touch, whoever has the most luck, more importantly, is going to be the one to come out on top. And I think that the women there for Adia, I think they're prepared to go into a bit of a longer stretch for the Big 12 tournament. I mean, again, they still have a shot at that 8 spot, so they could potentially at least get the 1 round bye. But I would be hard pressed to do any kind of major starters minutes for 5 days straight. You know, playing 30+ minutes a day in a highly competitive atmosphere. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off.
Jada brought it up. The 2011 UConn Huskies had to win 5 games in 5 days to take the Big East tournament title, beating Louisville in that final, the tournament final, not the NCAA tournament, but the conference tournament final. That was the team that obviously had Kemba Walker on it and a number of players. I mean, crazy to think, but that's what it would take for, I mean, obviously the men are not in that situation, but the women would be. The women are in that 9th spot right now, which means they would play If the Arizona women's basketball team has any designs on winning the Big 12 conference tournament next week, they would likely have to win 5 games in a row. And interesting, and we'll hear maybe a little bit of that today. Short show, obviously, because of the Tommy Lloyd radio show today, so we might not get to it till tomorrow. We'll have a full show tomorrow. And I want to get back to some things that we talked to women's basketball with the other night after they knocked off Texas Tech. But it was interesting that we were out at the Adia Barnes press conference today. She said that it's actually more beneficial for us to have to play that extra game because that would be the game if they were to win this Saturday at Arizona State and then they win that first game, which is going to be a favorable matchup for them. It gets them to 20 wins before they get to that second round game, which is likely going to be against Colorado. It would more than likely be against Colorado either way, because all that is likely to happen would be that currently Colorado is in the 8th seed spot, which is the last spot to get you into the single bye. And if they flip-flop, it would just be Arizona in that 8th spot, and they would have the first game off, but play likely Colorado in that second game. So either way, you're going to meet Colorado. It's just a matter of, do you have that extra game ahead of that? And for Arizona to get another win pads their resume. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it from the overall scheme of things. And they don't even have to, try to run the table to win the Big 12 conference tournament, the Arizona women. But getting that extra win could put them in a favorable position for the NCAA tournament, which is the ultimate goal for everyone. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on our program. Again, short show today, just 2 hours with you. We're going to chat with Desiree Reed-Francois, the athletics director at the University of Arizona. We'll get her thoughts on everything that's been happening this week. She'll be, my understanding is she will be in Kansas City. I don't know if she's going to be there for 2 weeks like I was in Vegas last year, but I was told she is going to be in Kansas City for the women's tournament, and I'd imagine she'll probably stay over or maybe make a quick trip back and wash the clothes and go back for the men's tournament as well. We'll ask Desiree that question if she's going to be spending 2 weeks in Kansas City. I'll let her know how you travel for 2 weeks of conference basketball tournament since we did that last year. We will not be doing that this year. We unfortunately will not be going to Kansas City for 2 weeks for both the men's and the women's, or the women's and the men's tournaments in that reverse order there this year. Maybe next year. We'll see, but not this year. This is not an election year. We don't have all that extra money to throw around to be able to take fancy trips to such places as Kansas City. And Didia intimated today that there probably are not going to be, especially for the women, I would imagine there's not going to be as many fans that are able to go to Kansas City for that tournament, which, again, could be 1 game, could be 2 games. I'm very interested to see what the crowds are going to be like in Kansas City for the men in terms of U of A. Not as close as Las Vegas, not a drivable situation. And so how many people will actually be in the arena at the T-Mobile Center, because that has always been a haven for the Arizona men's basketball team to have that support at the conference tournament. Might not be as much, though, as they've had in the past. It remains to be seen. Also joining us in this hour will be Brian Peabody, the head coach of the Pima College men's basketball team. They are 29-0. They are the number 1 team in the country. Junior College Division II. Shout out to the Aztecs as they ascended to number 1 this week. And Saturday, they'll be on the floor at the North Gym looking to complete their regular season at 30-0. I don't care what level you play at. It is hard to win 30 consecutive games. But Pima has an opportunity to do that this Saturday as they wrap up the regular season. Both the men and the women will be on the floor at the West Gym. The women at 2 and then the men at 4, looking to try to conclude an undefeated regular season. All right, much more straight ahead. It's DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Don't let the urge to sing along to that catchy tune distract you from that truck drifting toward your lane or that lane-splitting biker creeping up beside you. Fortunately, every Hyundai offers advanced safety features that can alert you to potential dangers around you, and Hyundai has over 120 IIHS top safety awards since 2006 because Hyundai is always working to ensure that the road doesn't get you. Hyundai vehicles have won over 120 IIHS top safety awards from 2006 to 2024. All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way, but ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Lowe's knows how to help you get the most out of your store run. That's why members save more with MyLowe's Rewards. Earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases. Get access to member-only deals and free member gifts. Plus, unlock free standard shipping when you reach Silver Key status. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
O'Reilly. You need parts? O'Reilly Auto Parts has parts. Need them fast? We've got fast. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's, and graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Flexible online and hybrid classes start March 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's. We help. You save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
We are your home for all things Arizona basketball. 3 hours of pregame.
They're not going to finish the season 19-1, guys.
2 hours of postgame.
I guarantee you, Coach told the guys don't come over and help on him.
And all the action in between. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Crash reported Valencia and Midvale Park and Valencia, and also a closure reported on I-10 east of the town of Wilcox. Reportedly, the eastbound side of I-10 is closed at US 191. 45 our low, 76 mostly sunny tomorrow, and 77 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Wildcats Radio 1290. DK on the sports tip. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona basketball knocks off Utah, and it is on to Iowa State on Saturday for a huge ball game. 3 games left, 2 on the road. The rivalry game with ASU in between that. Let's talk some Arizona athletics with the athletics director at the University of Arizona. Desiree Reed-Francois joins us for our weekly conversation. Desiree, I was told this today that you will be in Kansas City next week for the women's basketball Big 12 tournament. So you're just going to be on the road pretty much for the next 2-3 weeks? Is that how, or really maybe the next 4 weeks with the NCAA tournament? You're not going to be home a lot, I would imagine.
I hope I'm not home until middle of April.
There you go.
And I hope that my last trip will be in San Antonio, and and also seeing the women's. And I hope I have that wonderful opportunity where you're going back and forth from a men's Final Four and a women's Final Four.
There you go. That's what we like. Now, will you travel to Iowa State this weekend?
I am traveling to Iowa State. Yeah, I have some work I have to do on. Yes, I am traveling to Iowa State, so I'm looking forward to that, and can't wait.
Desiree Reed-Francois, athletics director at the University of Arizona, is joining us. A big hire this week. Mike Smith has been hired to lead the Wildcat Club. He comes over from Texas A&M. What's his role going to be now within the athletics department?
All of our hires are big and important, and so this one he's our chief development officer, and we're really looking forward to welcoming he and his wife Ellie and their son Tripp, and has a really strong portfolio in development engagement. And as you know, with revenue share, with all of our opportunities, fundraising is critically important, and this is one big piece. And it's looking forward to finalizing our staff and moving forward. This first year has been about stabilizing the athletic department and building that strong foundation. And I think we've said it before. And while we hung a banner for triathlon, when I was in school here, winning national championships, that was more the standard than an aberration. And I cannot wait to continue to build on that championship past and move into the future. That foundation is critically important. So looking forward to the future.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, revenue share. We've talked about that a number of times in our conversations as we begin to kind of move into this new aspect. So what are you finding out when you make a hire like Mike Smith? Are you looking for somebody that shares the same vision of how that should work? Are you looking for people who maybe have a different idea of how, or different aspects of how this is going to work and how schools need to be successful to really jump out of the gate with this revenue sharing phase of college athletics life that we're about to enter into?
So it's a really good question. Whenever we hire anyone, and anyone we bring on, I always interview. We talk about high, low, high. High character, low ego, high outcome and energy. And for us, high character is selfless, smart, and hardworking. And you got to have those. That's just the baseline. Like, that's what we look for. And obviously, you have to have an expertise, but the character piece is not something that you can fake. So we look for people who are going to be great teammates. For this particular position, we were looking for great fundraisers, a good leader, a great leader, and a great teammate. So we're excited about that. But no matter what, you got to have that selfless, smart, and hardworking mentality for all of our positions, because that's what great teams have.
Desiree Reed-Francois, the athletics director at the University of Arizona, is our guest. Wildcat men get a win last night, 83-66 over Utah at the McHale Center. We had some special guests last night. The Diamond Children's Medical Center prom king and prom queen were at the game last night. Did you have a chance to chat with them?
I did, and the game was great, and I was really proud of our team. But what will forever leave a mark on my heart is spending time with Billy and Desada. We took them over to give high fives to the team as they're coming out of the tunnel onto the court for the second half. And so I got a chance to talk to them both and spend a little time. And, one thing that was pretty cool is Desada and her friends. She's a high school senior, and I asked her who her favorite player was. Surprisingly, it wasn't Jackson Francois. I know, right? But no, in all seriousness, she said she and her friends, they really liked Caleb Love. And so I made sure that as Caleb was about to go run onto the court, and thank goodness he had such a great game, or this probably would have been my fault, but I was like, Caleb, I need you to go say hello. And he's like, absolutely. And so he went over and said hello and just, spent time with her as he's about to run onto the court. And it was so cute seeing she and her friends and how they just, how special that was for them. And, anytime that in athletics, we're in the memory-making business, and that was a memory that I was very blessed to have seen and just spend time with. And we took our beach volleyball team was there as well, and I wanted our beach volleyball players to meet her and, just see an example of true bravery. So it was a special night.
Now, you mentioned beach volleyball. They'll be opening up their home schedule out at the sand pit tomorrow. So what did you this last year was the first time you had a chance to really get a sense? Because I don't think you guys had beach volleyball in Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Surprisingly, no. Columbia, Missouri, I think it's probably 12 degrees right now, did not have beach volleyball. So no, it is so much fun going out to beach volleyball. If you want a fun event, come. We're hosting the Cactus Classic on Friday and Saturday. I think it's tomorrow at 2:00. And I know Grand Canyon's in it. And actually, I think both teams that we would play are ranked. Right now, surprisingly, we're unranked. We finished the last year 15th in the country, and right now we're unranked. So we need to go ahead and beat Grand Canyon, and I believe it's Stetson that we're also playing. I think both of them are ranked, so we need to go beat them and then get ranked again.
Does it take long to get up to speed on maybe a sport you don't know how to manage it, how to kind of weave it into how you run an athletic department? I know a little bit about rowing, and I know a little bit about every sport. But in all candor, what I'd look for when I'm talking to our student athletes, I always tell them that I can never make you a better beach volleyball player or a better football player. What I care about is the 50, and what I mean by that is, let's just take football. A student athlete graduates, say, at 22, and let's say they play in the NFL for 4.3 years, which it used to be the average. And so that takes you to 26 years old. If your life expectancy is 76.6 years, you have 50 years to impact the world. And that's what I care about. That's what I want to get to know. That's what I want to help student athletes find how they're going to impact the world. How are they going to impact their communities? Like, what do they love other than their sport? Because like we've talked about so much more. Our student athletes are so much more than just numbers. They all have these hopes and dreams and have incredible stories. And I was kind of showing off a little bit about my beach volleyball, about Stetson and us not being ranked. And really, I had a secret weapon in that, David. Olivia Rubio, I had my Party of Five luncheon, and right before this, Olivia Rubio, and the last name may sound slightly familiar to you. Yeah.
she was part of the Party of Five luncheon group, and she was giving me a really good scouting report on beach volleyball this year. So that's why I know a little bit about beach volleyball right now.
All right. Now, well, we had a much calmer night last night at McHale Center than what we experienced on Saturday. I just want to get your thoughts on when you found out about the situation. I mean, were you aware of what was happening in the Arizona Zoo as it was happening on Saturday night, and kind of what steps you've taken to try to assure that we don't have a repeat of an incident like that in the future?
Thank you. I was not aware of it. In all candor, how I learned about it was I had already headed into the tunnel when the chant apparently broke out. I went up. Someone came and told me a fan threw a water bottle and threw a soda at the BYU team, and so I went over to the BYU basketball program to go apologize for that, for our fans' behavior. And then when I was doing that, and they said, "And did you hear about this chant?" And I said, "No." So then I said, "Well, I really apologize. That's not how. I'm a proud alum of this university, and I'm embarrassed, and I apologize for how its words aren't enough, but I apologize for how we represented ourselves and how that may have made you feel." So then Nate and I spoke and, heard about the chant more, and I said, let's make sure we got to apologize. And so we did. One thing we missed is we apologized to BYU and their fans and student athletes and coaches and staff. And, I spoke to their head men's basketball coach, and I spoke to Coach Holmo and apologized directly to them, as did President Garamella. And then we also issued a public apology, but we should have mentioned the entire LDS church. So for that, we missed that night. I think we put out our statement like about midnight, but we should have included that. So I missed on that. But really, it's not who we are. Like the University of Arizona, like I said, I'm an alum, and that's not who we are. So again, we can and we will do better. In terms of steps that we've taken, right away we reported the incident to our Office of Student Conduct and our Office of Institutional Equity, and I know they're conducting a formal investigation. We also made sure, and the student that we knew that was involved, I would give our band director, I really appreciated his approach and making sure that student was suspended right away. The fan that threw the water bottle and soda at the BYU people, we pulled their tickets for a year. You can't do that. That's not who we are. So we took away their tickets, and then we also had meetings beginning on Monday with Arizona Zoo and our student leaders, and making sure that we had that conversation about accountability at the University of Arizona and our athletics program and our students and our whole school. That's just not who we are. So again, it's been a good learning opportunity for all of us. And we also looked at our game management. Did we not have enough of a show of presence on that court? And so if you notice the Utah game, we made sure that we had a presence at that handshake line and near where our students were. And it's and apologies, they don't take away the pain that the incident inflicted, but we had to start there. And we were just embarrassed. And we're gonna keep learning from this, and we're gonna keep making sure that we're refining our processes and having open dialogue to make sure this doesn't occur again.
Well, it's good that I know that a number of people were wondering if you had identified people. It sounds like you did identify some of the folks that were involved in that, and there have been repercussions. So that's definitely good to hear on that angle. Desiree,
just to be clear, the investigation is occurring. The one we found out about one, and so our band found out who it was, and they suspended immediately. But the Office of Student Conduct is handling the investigation.
Outstanding.
I just want to be clear.
Outstanding. Desiree, we appreciate the opportunity to chat with you and hear your thoughts on that and everything that's going on with Arizona Athletics. How many bags are you taking on the road with you? Are you packing multiple suitcases, or are you one of those people that can get everything into one bag? Because I am not that person. I have to have like 3 bags.
I do try, and I do some strategic folding, I must say. So, yes, this is a wonderful problem to have, and I'm so excited. I love March. I love this time of year.
There you go. Well, safe travels, and we will talk to you hopefully at some point in between all of those travels.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Desiree Reed-Francois, she is the athletics director at the University of Arizona. Much more straight ahead. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Flowers, chocolate, more flowers, more chocolate.
Searching for the perfect Valentine's gift? Oro Ford's got you covered. Save 10 grand off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s and new 2024 Super Duty trucks. Or get an incredible 12 grand off MSRP on new 2024 Ford Expeditions. Take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson for the sweetest deals all February long. Only at Oro Ford and oroford.com, where you'll always get 2% tax savings and no dealer add-ons.
Restrictions may apply. Not everyone will qualify. See Oro Ford for details.
Great. Thanks, William. Good meeting.
What about me? Who said that? Me.
Gary, I can hear you, but...
Where are you? Guys, I'm right here. You can't see me because I'm being transparent.
You're being transparent?
Yep, and we should do it company-wide, starting with how much it costs to get a Grizzly from Alaskan AC.
This is freaking me out.
Other places don't put payments on their websites. Know why?
Too much trouble?
Embarrassed?
They want to get in your house and twist your arm?
Could be any of those. Could be none of them. But like polar bear fur, we're transparent.
So people can go to AlaskanAC.com and get an instant payment?
You got it. Now you're being transparent.
Hey, I'm fading away.
I like it. Nothing hidden. Just an honest instant payment on their new Grizzly from AlaskanAC.com. Whoa, now I'm becoming transparent.
Doesn't it feel good?
We're all transparent.
And good thing, that shirt Ron was wearing was ugly.
I'm still here. Get a transparent payment on a new Grizzly at AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Are you someone who has a passion for music and sports and is interested in starting a career in radio? Well, our promotions department is looking for hardworking, dedicated people to join our promotion street team. If you're outgoing, have a solid work ethic, and a flexible schedule, then this may be the job for you. For more information, visit wildcatsradio1290.com or apply now at cumulusmedia.com. Clean driving record required. Must be 18 years or older to apply.
It's the $10,000 quiz show. Okay, contestants, these are things that save you money. Ready? Here we go. It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
Tobacco Barn.
You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on
the Indian Reservation.
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at
TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Excellent. Now for the big savings. At Tobacco Barn, you'll save up to
40% off.
And because they're on the reservation, you pay no
city or state sales tax.
And at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, you get
a coupon up to $3 off.
What you are if you waste your money shopping somewhere else.
Crazy?
Nuts.
Stupid?
A few tacos short of a combo plate?
Whoa! Tobacco Barn, Tucson's most watched savings show. Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check your local listings or TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Marco
Polo. Hoping to find new customers online can feel like playing Marco Polo in the dark.
Plumber.
Right here.
Plumber.
Right here. Let Cumulus Boost help spotlight your business. Boost your website. Boost your findability. Boost your reputation. Boost your business. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Contact us today at cumulusboost.com.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Crash reported Valencia and Midvale Park and Valencia, and also a closure reported on I-10 east of the town of Wilcox. Reportedly, the eastbound side of I-10 is closed at US 191. 45 are low, 76 mostly sunny tomorrow, and 77 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why My Lowe's Rewards is free to join and lets you unlock member-only deals, earn points towards My Lowe's money, and more. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change.
KJ slides top of the circle, drives right, stops there, jumper from the elbow is good for two.
Pure jump shot. KJ driving his defender to a spot, knowing he's going to be able to rise above there. Excellent pull-up J for KJ.
DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Appreciate always the opportunity to talk to Desiree Reed-Francois. So we learned a new piece of information there I'm not sure we were aware of, and that there was a second incident involved a water bottle being thrown from the crowd in the direction of the BYU team on Saturday night. She indicated there was a suspension of a member of the band, it sounded like, as well. So a lot of different angles coming out of what transpired Saturday night at McHale Center after the Wildcats lost that game to the BYU Cougars 96-95. And I'll just repeat what I said yesterday. It's constant education when you talk about the fact that you've got new students coming in every year, and we'd had the incident involving UCLA. The UCLA player, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. I'm trying to remember if that was before the pandemic or after the pandemic. All these years just seem to run together. But the kids that were there and maybe learned a lesson then are not the same kids that are here now. And so you've got to continually, this has to be, and I'm sure the Zona Zoo does this. I don't know if they do or not, but they should be. Every single year be having protocol meetings with their constituents, for lack of a better term, and letting them know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, because you have such a constant turnover. That was actually 2022, so it was post-pandemic, the last fan incident at McHale Center. So literally just 3 years ago with Mac Etienne and the fan spitting on him as the Bruins left the floor. So, yeah, 2 incidents in 3 years, that's probably too many. And so you've got to continue to educate this student body, the Zona Zoo members, about what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. And I kind of joked that I thought this was going to be the new rivalry for Arizona BYU. When you look at teams who are going to potentially be that replacement for UCLA, and the sad irony of it is that maybe there is going to be the rivalry. And we've already begun to kind of see that. Incident involving Arizona and UCLA, fan incident involving Arizona BYU. We'd like to keep it, if this is going to be a rivalry, we'd like to keep that rivalry intense and clean moving forward and not let it get to the point that it has, or that it did on Saturday, and the point that obviously it did 3 years ago with the player involving UCLA. You just cannot have those types of interactions between your fan base and opposing teams coming in here to McHale Center. It's a bad look, and it creates bad conversation for all of us that follow this program across the country. So continued education is what needs to happen every single year. When that new group of students steps onto campus and into that Zona Zoo, they need to be educated on what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. It's no different than Tommy Lloyd or Brent Brennan or Adia Barnes having to educate their freshmen every year on what it takes to compete athletically at this level. You got to keep teaching and keep teaching and keep teaching. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We're going to talk to Brian Peabody next. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio, 1290.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax-confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year, we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
This is Bill Ryder with a Sports Minute sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The San Francisco 49ers have a difficult and brutal decision to make on Brock Purdy, to pay or not to pay. There are reasonable doubts about Purdy's upside. There's a reason he was the last pick in the NFL draft when he came out of college, and still the Niners have no choice. It's a supply and demand issue. There's not a supply of quarterbacks you can rely on, and there's clearly a demand. I'm Bill Ryder.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or in third-party delivery platforms.
DK on the sports tip. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Basketball in Tucson this weekend. Final regular season Saturday for the Pima Aztecs up on West Anklam Road. And the men's team is looking to complete an undefeated regular season. Let's talk to the head coach of the Pima Aztecs men's basketball team, Brian Peabody, joins us now. Brian, 29-0. So here's my question for you. I mean, and obviously we talked about this a little bit before. Coming into this season, it was going to be a different setup with the move to just play within division and not cross division, Division II, Division I. So when that decision was made, did you feel like you had a club that said that could go undefeated? Were you like, well, I don't got to play Division I anymore, so we might as well just go and win all these games?
No, I didn't think that. I was a proponent of keeping it the way it was. I thought the leagues were perfect. We got to play. Even if we only played it one time, play 7 Division I teams, and we've had a really good record, especially the last few years against D1. So I want to play them. Like, we got beat in the national championship in 2018. We played 15 Division I games, and we were 14-1. Last year we were 10-4. This year I played 3. I hosted a tournament. We had Salt Lake, Dawson, and Central, who are all D1s. And Salt Lake was ranked 4th in the country at the time, and we beat them. So, we'll play, anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's just my philosophy. And it was, it was hard to get games this year. But, we made the most of it. And happy where we're at.
So then, how would you kind of rate the Division II side of it this year? Was this a good year for the Division II schools, or are you just that much better right now than everybody else?
Well, this is the best team I've had. I mean, I don't care what the opponents are like, or I only worry about my team. I don't worry about them. But this is the best team that I've had. Very similar, like I said, to the team that we had in 2018.
Right.
They come around every 5 to 10 years. If you coach for a long time, you're only going to get a team like this that, gels together, likes each other, the chemistry's good, play hard for each other, all that kind of stuff. So it's been a really good deal.
Yeah, it's interesting because that was one of the things when I was over there a few weeks ago, and you guys were up, and most of your starters were on the bench, I think, at that point. And just I took a picture, and I was like, man, these guys just look like they like being around each other. You could just really tell, just kind of looking at the interaction. Did you think it would be like that? Did you felt like you had guys that were going to be able to be cohesive like that and would really just not necessarily always enjoy playing each other, but just enjoy being around each other?
I mean, you never know until you get into it. To be honest with you, like I wish I could say like I knew, and you just never know. I just missed 2 kids, one beginning of the year and one in the middle of the year, that just didn't want to be a part of what we were doing and couldn't get along with the other guys, and I got rid of them. I'm just old and cranky, and I can't deal with that anymore in my career. And so, you just never know what you're going to get until you start competing and playing, and now you're dishing out minutes to kids or not, and how they're going to act when they don't get to play, or they don't get to play as much as they want, or get to shoot as much as they want, and all that kind of stuff. So we have meetings all the time, and I let our guys kind of decide. We do exercises like called Fox in the Hole. You get to pick 4 guys you want in your foxhole. We make it public to our team, and this is where you're standing, or who do you think should be starting? Each kid gets to pick their starting 5, stuff like that. And so we kind of pull all the information together from the kids and the staff, and try to put it together, and it's obviously worked out well this year.
You've gone with a little bit more of a 3-guard lineup this year with Coda Benson, Max Marley, and Coenje Gonzalez. How has that kind of come together with the success that you guys have been able to have?
Well, it's been huge. I don't know if you remember last year when we got the national tournament, Coda got hurt.
Yeah.
So he was playing a lot. And we got to the national tournament, Coenje was the only guy that could literally bounce the ball. And we just really struggled. And so I just, now that he's healthy and Max can dribble, Coda, Coenje, we got 3 guys that can actually bounce and play. And then we bring, 2 guys off the bench that can do the same thing. So we recruited, Mason Hunt comes in off the bench. The other thing that we struggled in the national tournament was just stretching the floor. Like Gabe and Wes are more back to the basket, true 5s, and then Mason Hunt can really, really shoot it. He's our third leading scorer right now, but he's from the arc, he's definitely either 2 or 3 in the percentage. So we got a guy that can stretch the floor, and he's really helped. He comes in and the thing about it is, like, our second group really doesn't miss a beat. Like, you can't tell who our starters are and all that kind of stuff. They come in and they play really well and maintain leads and all that kind of stuff. So we're just deeper than we were last year. I got 10 guys that can actually play if people get in foul trouble and all that stuff without blinking an eye.
You mentioned Wes. That's Wes Ball, sophomore forward out of Marana High School. This is a young man who came in, had to kind of wait his turn. What have you liked about the progress he's made over the 3 seasons he's been in the program?
Well, to his credit, I mean, nobody wants to do that anymore. I think it's huge, especially at this level, to redshirt. Then you got to believe in what you're doing at the redshirt year, and he did. He gained 30 pounds during his redshirt year, so he didn't take a year off. He just worked, outworked everybody and worked harder. And it's really hard to get people to do that. And again, I keep bringing that year up. But when we got beat in 2018 in the national championship game, we had 4 guys that redshirted. So that 1 year, maturity, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff is really, really helpful, beneficial, as a basketball player. And if more people would do that, it would be a better product on the floor. And so he bought into the whole redshirt deal, so he's older. Gabe Oldham, went on his mission. He's older. Max Marley, older. Cohen and Coda, both second-year guys. So we have an older, mature group, and I think it's huge.
I was joking with Wes. I was like, Wes, you're shooting 55% from three. You don't shoot a lot of them, but you make them when you shoot them. I was like, you got to lobby Brian Peabody to let you shoot a few more threes.
David, you're killing me. Why would you say that? Now that's the first thing he's going to say tomorrow. I need to shoot more threes.
So, but with a big guy like that, what's the circumstance that you're okay with him taking a 3-point shot?
No, he can actually make it. I'm down with it. Like he's actually good off the bounce and stuff, and so he takes good shots. Like that's the thing that I like about this team. We don't just come down and jack the ball up. Everybody thinks because we score so many points, we take really, really good shots, and everybody, we do a drill every day. It's called License to Shoot, and it's 53s moving, and if you make 40 to 50. Like Cohen J does every time, Coda does, you get to shoot whenever you want. 30 to 40, it's got to be a set play. Under that, you never get to shoot. So, and we do it every day for a month, and then we hang up the results on everybody's locker so they get to see this is where I'm at, and it's just it doesn't lie, put it that way. And Wes is a good shooter. I don't have any issues with him shooting a couple threes a game. He made a big one the other night, and he's really progressed, and he's got a bunch of D2 offers and a bunch of D1s that are calling and interested on him, and it's just neat to see when a kid works that hard that he's going to get rewarded here with a really good scholarship.
License to Shoot. I like that. Where did you take that from a coaching clinic, or is that something you developed on your own?
No, no, I'm not that smart. I definitely stole it from somebody else. But when Dan Marley was coaching at Grand Canyon, he was. I don't know if you remember Rashad Smith, but we used to go down there and watch them practice a lot. And one of my former assistants was on that staff, Chris Crevalone, and we saw them do it one day. And I just said, "This is really, really good." And I think they were doing it periodically, but I just said, "I'm going to do it every day." Because it only takes 9 minutes to get your whole team through it. And and again, it doesn't lie. And we post the results on there and make it competitive and reward the guy that, makes the most for the month and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really good drill.
Before I let you go, Brian, the other thing that kind of stands out is you got some really good free throw shooters on this team. How important has that been?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you saw the kid the other night make two, at BYU to beat Arizona.
Yeah.
It's huge. And again, we spent a lot of time doing that as well. We'll start practice and I'll put, sometimes 20 minutes on the clock, and all we do is just sit there and shoot. And it's going to be huge down the stretch. Hopefully we don't need them, but I'm sure we are going to one day where somebody's going to be on the line, and we do, again, different drills to put, more pressure, situations where, you're down one, free throw, score. We've been doing a lot of that lately at practice because you just never know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to need a basket with 2 seconds, 3 seconds, a three. So you're just trying to be the best coach you can and put these guys in a situation that they might see, sometime in the next 3 weeks.
Have you ever had an undefeated season at any level as a coach?
No. Came close a couple times in high school, South Point and stuff, but no. It's tough to do.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Well, best of luck Saturday, Brian. Looking forward to you guys finishing this out, regions, and then on. Let's hope for the national tournament and a run. And congratulations also on being number one in Division II across the country.
No, thank you. Can I give a shout-out to somebody?
Absolutely.
So we play Saturday at 4, and we're just trying to pack the gym. It's sophomore night for both the men and women. Women's team plays at 2. We play at 4. And our biggest sponsor, Vantage West, is doing a big promotion on Saturday, and they're going to give out T-shirts and hot dogs and stuff like that. So,
awesome.
If anybody out there is listening and they want to come see some good basketball on both sides, our women's team is really good as well. Come on out to Aztec Gym on Saturday at 2 and 4.
There we go. 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, women at 2, men at 4 against Scottsdale. Hey, Brian, appreciate it. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, David. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Brian Peabody is the men's basketball coach for the 29-0 Pima Aztecs. Dragon Ball is not undefeated, but he's what? How old did you turn this week?
Officially turned 32.
32. He's 32 and forever. There we go. And he's telling you everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona and around the world.
Well, focusing first and foremost on the Arizona Wildcats, they got the bounce-back win that they needed against the Utah Utes as they dominated from the opening tip to the final buzzer. Caleb Love had a big part to play in that as the former Pac-12 Player of the Year, and again, was given a lot of credit by his coach and Tommy Lloyd following the contest.
Caleb obviously gives us a higher ceiling. And he plays with that energy and focus at both ends of the floor. Obviously, we're a better team. You know, you probably could say that for a bunch of other guys on our team too, but when guys play well and we play well, and so you know, Caleb was a standout tonight, and other guys have been standouts on other days.
And now the Wildcats will have to go and get ready for a trip up to Iowa State, where the Cyclones are looking to have a little bit of revenge against Mr. Love following that half-court miracle he had in McHale earlier this year. And away from the hardwood and on the diamond, both the baseball and softball teams managed to come out with victories in closely contested battles. The baseball team needed a big day from Adonis Guzman as he brought in 5 RBIs on the day, with his double in the 7th proving to be the deciding factor. And softball trailed in the 5th, but it was a single from Shockey that bounced off LMU pitcher and found itself in play that allowed Taylor Beal to go ahead and score the game-winning run against LMU. And while most of the eyes in the NFL are on Indy for this year's Combine, attention was brought back to Kansas City for a moment. Future Hall of Fame tight end Travis Kelce announced that he will return this season for another year with the Chiefs, saying that he can't go out like that following the Chiefs Super Bowl loss against the Eagles earlier this month. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Crashes reported at Alvernon and Ajo Way in Alvernon. Gates Pass Road west of Gates Pass Scenic Lookout. Collision Gates Pass Road near Rattlesnake Trail. Multi-vehicle collision Valencia and Midvale Park in Valencia. And for your weather, looking at clear skies overnight, 45, the low 76, mostly sunny tomorrow and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. What if your business could see beyond what is and into what can be? Whether you're a local shop or global enterprise, Bank of America gives you access to a range of business solutions to help make every move matter. What would you like the power to do? Find out how at bankofamerica.com/bankingforbusiness.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start March 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
When you're hiring,
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Flexible online and hybrid classes start March 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
February means Valentine's Day, but we're always spreading the love at Oral Ford. Hi, it's Alex Medina. What's not to love about paying 2% lower taxes only at Oral Ford? Then there's 0 dealer add-ons at Oral Ford. Love that. And everyone loves this. I'll beat any price on a new Ford. So look, we don't use the same old rule book at Oral Ford. We sell cars from the heart. That's how we always do business. Take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson to Oral Ford. You're going to love it. Drive a little, save a lot.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We talk Diamondbacks baseball daily.
Overall, inside of our culture, it's built on love, trust, commitment, and effort. And I think love is the glue to all of it.
Love, trust, commitment, and effort. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And the ball's picked up by Arizona off to Bradley, missed the slam dunk, long rebound to Townsend, back left, Del Orso off the side of the rim, Bradley the rebound, good, and he's fouled, relentless on the offensive end, and it pays off.
Oh, you gotta love Anthony Del Orso, not giving up on the play. He caused the deflection that went into backcourt. Utah was gonna be satisfied with letting the ball go out of bounds. ADO dives from the free throw line to save the basketball. What great effort from Deli.
Deli. Anthony Del Orso. 16 offensive rebounds last night for your Arizona Wildcats. It was a much more calm, easier night than we've been dealing with at home with all these games against ranked teams and like Doug said, pressure and on pins and needles and that kind of thing. It was nice just to kind of have an easy game for once. I liked it. It was I was one of those people that didn't go. I sat last night out. I was like, I got to get some work done. So I think I'm just going to sit this one out because I'll be there Tuesday night when Arizona State comes to town. Dragon Ball, we never got your thoughts on the relatively easy 83-66 win last night over the Utah Utes.
They're the what?
The Utah Utes. What is a Ute?
What was that word?
What word?
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, Utes.
What is a Ute?
To this day, I still think that is what needs to be played before every game against the Utah Utes when they're the away team. But nonetheless, I think calling that an easy game or an easier game than what we've seen from the U of A Wildcats in the last couple of games, I don't know if I feel the same way about it. They started that second half particularly slow, and that has been a major concern throughout the season so far, in that we've seen them get up to a pretty hefty lead early in this first half, or towards the end of this first half, they'll go on a little bit of a run to kind of give themselves that 8-point, 7-point cushion, even in the close games. But then all of a sudden in the second half, all of a sudden the other team starts coming back, and it's about 10 minutes left, and it's a 2-possession, 1-possession game. And granted, Utah wasn't shooting the ball well at all in this contest, but Auser was keeping this team in the game. Madsen wasn't shooting as well from outside the arc as we were kind of expecting him to, But the fact that Utah was still in this game in some cases, I mean, again, they got it down to single digits, I want to say at least 2 or 3 times there before the 10-minute mark of the second half. And I just kept thinking to myself, oh, boy, this is going to be one of those games where it decides to get close at the weirdest point. But eventually the Cats, they did go ahead and they shored some things up, and they were able to get the rest of the game kind of under their control. So it was good to see that. But in the end, like again, you compare it to all the other games they played against where they were up against soon-to-be ranked teams or teams already in the rankings. And Utah, I mean, to be fair, they're not going anywhere this season. You know, they just got done firing their coach because of that result. So I'm pleased to see that they shored some things up, but it's still a little bit of alarming that these slow starts of the second half are still kind of rearing their head as we get down to now game 27, 28.
Right.
It's a little alarming.
Iowa State is up next. They got some good news today. Keyshawn Gilbert, their injured point guard, did practice, according to TJ Olsberger, who had his weekly press conference. We'll see if we can effort maybe some of that sound for you coming up here a little bit later. But he has missed the last 2 games, and the Cyclones have lost both those games. He's averaging 14 points this season. He's one of the better assist man in the conference as well. And so that is a much-needed boost for that team to have him back in practice. He's had a little bit of a muscle strain, apparently, in, I believe it's his ankle. They also dealt with the illness to Curtis Jones, who missed a game last week as well. And so they've been dealing with some personnel problems there in Ames, Iowa. But good piece of news for them as Keyshawn Gilbert, their talented point guard, was back in practice today. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. DW checks in on the text groove, and he says, hello. Not to be dismissive or excusing the wrongful behavior of some U of A students, but AD Desiree Reed-Francois said about sorry doesn't erase the pain inflicted on them from the chants. The pain? Question mark, question mark. Let's not get carried away with this, in that it was adults on adults wrongdoing. Do you seriously believe the BYU people felt pain from words? I know the athletic director has to toe the politically correct line in these times. Quote, the division of equity. I think he means diversity and equity. I don't know. The division of equity is investigating, or whatever she called it, equity, code for PCBS. Nobody felt any pain from this. Well, I don't know that you know that, D-Dub, that nobody felt pain from this. Offended, yes. Pissed off, perhaps. I'm sure some simply laughed it off. Either way, but let's not get carried away. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. DW goes on, I don't mean you guys per se, just this whole overly sensitive, easily offended, hyper-reactionary, PC, politically correct culture. The world is not going to end because of a little chant. Again, not condoning it. Let the perpetrators be held responsible. And yes, an official school apology is sufficient. Get on with it and get over with it. And he ended his text with a picture of 2 cents. His 2 cents. That from D-Dub on the incident last week.
I thought they took those out of circulation, though.
The 2 cents pictures?
No, I thought they took the penny off the circulation, that it cost too much.
Oh, maybe.
to make.
Maybe. I do not know whether they've done that or not. All right, joining us now is none other than Cricket, who we found out this week that through Cricket, I believe, it was you were the one that told us this, that golf and stuff used to be called Golf and Things, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so Cricket doesn't have things. Cricket's got stuff.
Yes.
A whole lot of stuff.
This is true.
Woo! What kind of stuff you got?
2 things for you today. I've got a sweet deal, and I also have tickets.
What?
What? I know.
What?
Your head's spinning. Your mind.
Oh, my gosh.
Blown. Tomorrow's sweet deal is from the main event. They're located at I-19 in Irvington. Maybe date night, maybe some fun for the kids. Main event, it's awesome. You can enjoy things like laser tag and arcade games, bowling, billiards, virtual reality experiences. Oh, and they have food and drinks.
Ooh.
You can get
like alcoholic drinks or just regular?
Bevies, yes. You can.
Bevies.
Yes. You can get your all-access pass tomorrow morning for only $26. 8:30 tomorrow morning, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So a main event, and I found out that I was asking the one on at Park Place Mall is called Round 1.
Oh, okay.
That's the one with the bowling pin up high.
Up
so
top.
It's very,
that's
very,
the bowling alley
I've
one.
never,
Yeah.
So I've been to Round 1. I've not been to main event, so I've got to get over there and check that out.
Me too.
And you got tickets too?
I do. And now the Roadrunners home against the Ice Hogs from Rockford this weekend. These tickets are for Saturday night's game at 7 over at Tucson Arena. Caller 1 gets these icy cold tickets, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Caller 1, 2 tickets to see the American Hockey League action on Saturday night between Tucson and Rockford downtown.
I want the pig on skates. You can take the tickets. I just want the Ice Hog pig on skates. That's what I'm looking for here.
And I want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what's our Roadrunner? What's his name? Dusty, I think is the name of our mascot that we have, and he's on skates. There's nothing better than a mascot on skates. How hard is that to learn how to skate with a big ass costume on?
Exactly. And like a big head and you can barely see.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
That's talent.
I don't know how they do it. All right, so we've got a sweet deal to main event. That's tomorrow morning, 8:30, $26 to get a $52 price tag of stuff for that. And then you got tickets for the game Saturday night. I'm actually going Friday night. I understand that I've got tickets by the ice. I've never actually I've never actually sat down by the ice, but I'm going to be able to sit down by the ice on Friday night. So I'm really looking for, I might actually have to Dragon Ball, you're going to have to show me how to bang on the glass because I've never actually banged on the glass. So I'm looking so forward to that. So thanks to our friend Kelly for giving up some tickets that she couldn't use so my wife and I can sit down by the ice.
You're moving up in the world.
I'm trying. I'm moving down. I'm moving down, closer to the ice.
Yeah, which is kind of, it's like moving up, though.
It's like moving up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I get it.
You're doing something right.
I'm doing something right. I don't know. But you are doing everything right because you keep people safe. And that's what we appreciate every 20 minutes on the Fives.
And from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions at a reported River Road west of La Cañada, Kolb Road north of 22nd Street, First Avenue and Roger Road, Alvernon and Ajo clearing. Also crash occurred on Gates Pass Road west of Gates Pass Scenic Lookout, Gates Pass Road near Rattlesnake Trail. There's going to be restrictions and some backups there. 45, the overnight low, 76, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
Bounce pass, a walk, a slam it home.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Are you having sewer and drain issues? Pixrock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is the name to know when your drains don't flow. We do the dirty jobs so you can focus on yours. Leave the drain pain to the experts. Call Pixrock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or pixrockscooling.com.
Pixrock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between, you'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Struggling with $5,000 or more in tax debt? The IRS isn't waiting. Why should you? The IRS can take your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned, and the experts in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-476-8359 right now for your free consultation. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Take back control now from the IRS. Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-476-8359. That's 800-476-8359. Priority Tax Relief, where your tax debt is our priority. Call 800-476-8359.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big with Progressive. This has been a Progressive ad from Progressive. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
I'm Patrick Claybon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Rams have given quarterback Matthew Stafford permission to speak to other teams to gauge his value around the league. Rams head coach Sean McVay says the goal remains using the information gathered to come to an agreement that keeps Stafford in L.A. The veteran quarterback carries a $49.7 million cap number in 2025. Elsewhere, Colts GM Chris Ballard says the team will have an open competition at quarterback next season between Anthony Richardson and whomever they acquire this offseason. Ballard added, quote, "I think that's good for the team, and I think it's good for Anthony." The Packers announcing they have had trade talks regarding cornerback Jair Alexander and are open to moving the veteran for the right price, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Alexander has been limited to 7 games in each of the last 2 seasons due to injury. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
And he missed. Rebound. Holloman, he tries. Oh, he makes it. He makes it to the count. Wow! And Michigan State, in dramatic fashion, gets a critical Big Ten road win.
That's how it sounded on the Michigan State Spartans radio network last night. A dramatic ending to that game against Maryland. I mean, they just were scoring fools in that game, 58-55, which is a drastic departure from what we're used to games in the 90s here.
That's just Izzo basketball now, isn't it, though? I mean, Izzo's been winning games where his team has scored like 40 because they just play defense there.
Well, they do. They do. And Maryland plays pretty darn good defense as well. One of the better defensive teams in the country are the Maryland Terrapins. I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, you look at this, the Big Ten, I mean, it is time now for our BetMGM Network top plays of the day. But they like a lot of these Big Ten teams to go to the Final Four. They like Wisconsin at plus 800 right now. Brad Evans is one of the morning anchors there. He likes Wisconsin. He also likes Maryland. Maryland is at plus 800 to go to the Final Four. So we'll see how all of that transpires. But Big Ten teams are a popular pick right now coming from the folks at the BetQL network. And this BetMGM network. And it's sponsored by, locally, Oral Ford at Highway 57 in Oracle.
Expect points to be at a premium in this heavyweight NBA showdown Thursday night. I'm Chris Mack, here to help you beat the books. With the BetMGM network, the Nuggets and Bucks face off in Milwaukee tonight, with Denver as a short road favorite. And I like the Nuggets, but I'm also on the under, especially with the Bucks coming off that physical battle against the Rockets. I think it stays under 240.5. I'm Chris Mack from the BetMGM network. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Oral Ford is the fastest growing Ford dealership in Arizona. Hi, it's Alex Medina. There's no secret. It's simple. Here's how I do it. 1, no pesky dealer add-ons to drive up the price. 2, I'll beat any price on a new Ford. And 3, you pay 2% lower taxes only at Oral Ford, saving you thousands of dollars right off the top. Thank you, Tucson, for making Oral Ford the fastest growing Ford dealership in Arizona. Take the easy drive to Oral Ford.
And I think I said Highway 57. It's actually Highway 77. 3950 Highway 77 in Oracle is where you will find Oral Ford. So the big game tonight in the association, Celtics Nuggets, and the under 2, and that's it's gone up now in terms of the Desert Diamond Casino, which is where we place our bets. At the Desert Diamond Casino, the BetMGM, they said 240.5. It's now actually 241.5. Under, though, still the play, 241.5 at minus 112. So your $12.90 bet on that will get you $11.61. A lot of people, Dragon Ball, believe the Celtics and the Nuggets. This could be an NBA Finals preview. Obviously, I don't want that to be the case because I want it to be the Nuggets and the Cavaliers. But what do you think of these two teams? Are these right now the best two teams in the NBA? We talked all season long about the Thunder on the Western Conference side, but a lot of people believe that the Nuggets have their groove back, and they might be the team to beat now in the West.
Well, the Nuggets and the Celtics, or Nuggets and the Bucks? Because the Nuggets and the Bucks are the ones going at it tonight.
I'm sorry, Nuggets and the Bucks tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think the Nuggets still have, I mean, it's hard to see where they're not going to be in the contention for the Western Conference crown. I think the biggest thing about this is who do they get in the first round? And right now, if the season were to end today, you'd see them going up against the Clips. And that would be, that'd be kind of interesting in the grand scope of things. I'm not too confident in the Grizzlies managing to go ahead and keep their strong regular season going into the postseason, because as much talent as they have on that team, they're a young squad. They don't really have that experience in the postseason, like, say, what the Timberwolves have had the last couple of years, or the Nuggets, of course, with the recent NBA Finals victory. But I think that it comes down to between the top seeds. It's definitely between the Nuggets and the Thunder out in the West. In the East, like you said, your Cavs are still probably one of the teams that everyone says they should be everyone's safe pick to make the NBA Finals with how they performed to this point. But again, the Bucks, they still got a little bit of ways to go, and that a lot of that has to do with the fact that they need to get healthy. Yeah, they just need to get healthy right now, and if they can do that, they're going to have a much easier time with all of the pieces that they can have going into the postseason run for the Bucks.
All right, so Bucks and Nuggets tonight is the play. Under 241.5, minus 112. That $12.90 bet could get you back $11.61. So we've got another play for you tonight in the association. Golden State is on the road at Orlando. The Warriors have averaged 126 points over their last 3 games. The Magic are last in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage. And so the play here is Golden State minus 5 tonight over the Orlando Magic on the road. So those are 2 NBA plays for you. Let me get your thoughts. Dragon Ball, now that Victor Wembanyama is out for the season. BetMGM saying Dyson Daniels. Take Dyson Daniels for Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, I can see it. I don't know if I 100% agree, only for the sheer fact of, besides being the leader in steals by a hefty margin. I mean, Dyson Daniels is 3.1 steals in the season versus Shai at 1.9. The fact of the matter is that I still like what you've got from some other guys. I mean, it's not going to be one that people are going to look at. I think that you got to look at potentially like even Karl Anthony Towns has actually not been terrible on the defensive side of the ball. I like what he's been doing. And Walker Kessler is on a bad Utah team that could be a lot worse if it were not for his presence down low in the paint. So, the idea is that who do you give it to now that Wembanyama's out of the way, because he was in the end the most dominant defensive player. If Davis can come back for a playoff stretch for the Mavericks and really help them push themselves in, if they get to the number 7 or the 6th seed, I think that you also got to put him in the running for potential defensive player of the year there.
This is Dyson Daniels' 3rd year in the association. He played his first 2 years in New Orleans, first year with Atlanta, and he's already got 165 steals this season. If he continues on this pace, he'll be the first player in the NBA since 1986, Alvin Robertson, in 1986, to average 3 or more steals per ball game. Pretty impressive for one Dyson Daniels. All right, we're back winning with our BetMGM picks, which is a good thing. We're back above 500. We've won, 4 in a row now. We had Duke the other night, minus 23.5 over Miami. They blew out the hapless Hurricanes, 97-60. I don't know if the Hurricanes hired that coach before he got out of town. They'll probably wait till after the season's over to ink that deal with Jai Lucas if that's their guy. We won last night on that Michigan State game. We had Michigan State plus 3.5, and they obviously won that game by 3 points. We're still in the negative money, though. We're down $21.66 right now in terms of our overall money total. But we're back above 500 in total wins at 29-28. So that's what? That's 57 games. We have, I think, 20, what are we playing, to 82? So we have 25 more games to go in this current season to see if we can get back in the plus money.
And then we got baseball.
I've got a couple futures for you. I got a future or two here if you want one, Jay, for a Dragon Ball. How about Jordan Romano to lead the major leagues in saves this season? Jordan, I don't even know. He's with the Phillies, right? I think.
I believe so. Yes.
No, is he with the Blue Jays?
No, he's a former Blue Jay, but he's a Phillies guy now. So I could see that they desperately needed a guy to go ahead and like shore up the bullpen for him. And needless to say, you don't want to run the starting pitchers out, making them pitch 7-8 innings. You want to have a guy that you can go to effectively out of the bullpen. So I could see that being a safe bet, at least going into the season. Of course, it's Philly. You never know. You never know.
Absolutely. Jordan Romano has had, last year he only had 8 saves, but he only made 15 appearances last year due to injury. Prior to that, he had 36, 36, and 23. He was an all-star in 2022 and 2023 with in back-to-back 36 save seasons. So Jordan Romano is a hot play for the most saves in Major League Baseball this season. I don't know if we have a betting number on that yet. I'll see if I can find one for you, and we'll get that to you.
And even if he doesn't lead the league in saves, I mean, hey, they still got the Birds.
We got the Birds.
They got the Birds.
Got the Birds.
Go Birds.
Got the Birds. Finally got something to cheer about. So we don't have to hear people cussing through the seats, the streets of Philadelphia. All right, sad news in the world yesterday, the passing of the legendary actor Gene Hackman. Who will ever forget his speech, pregame speech, in the movie Hoosiers?
There's a tradition in tournament play to not talk about the next step until you've climbed the one in front of you. I'm sure going to the state finals is beyond your wildest dreams, so let's just keep it right there. Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals that we've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners. Okay?
And did Hickory win that game?
I believe they did.
They did.
I believe they did.
Okay, awesome. I don't remember what happened in that movie. The great Gene Hackman, dead at the age of 95, one of the great actors of our time, one of the great sports movies of our time, Hoosiers. Well, it's even better. I mean, it's better when you don't remember who won. You just remember the joy that you saw in watching it happen.
Nah, there's a little bit of joy when you know you won.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Coach Dale. Rest in peace, Coach Norman Dale. Gene Hackman. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
AutoNation
From
Honda
the
Tucson
AutoNation Honda
at the
and
Auto Mall.
BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. With collisions reported Broadway, west of Kolb Road, eastbound Broadway at Jessica. A stay left advisory to get by. Kolb Road north of 22nd Street. First Avenue and Roger Road and First Avenue, backups at that intersection, mostly northbound First Avenue at Roger Road. Gates Pass Road west of Gates Pass Scenic Lookout across Gates Pass Road near Rattlesnake Trail. 45 the overnight low, 76, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why
Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
Y'all went from the Super Bowl straight to the toilet bowl. He's not over the NFL. The NFL is over him.
Scorching debates.
All the good, all the bad, all the ups, all the downs.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Sorry for what I said because it was appropriate when I said it, but I can't say it anymore, dude. You are killing the game.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low-pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low-pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for a free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Wildcat fans, Taco Bell is a proud partner of Arizona Athletics and is ready to serve you. We're open for breakfast. Fire up your mornings with breakfast at Taco Bell. You've heard about Happy Hour? Well, try Happier Hour at your local Taco Bell for $1 beverages. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., choose any regular freezes or medium drink for $1. It's the happiest time of the day. Taco Bell is locally owned and operated and is looking forward to serving Wildcat fans. Stay safe, bear down, and live Mas.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1897. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1897. That's 800-575-1897. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
This is Andy Gresh with a Sports Minute. Former Oklahoma player Otega Owe of Kentucky now is the only Division I player this century to score 25 or more points in a road win against the team he played for the previous season. After a hotly contested game, got in the handshake line, there was a little kerfluffle. How about this? After emotionally charged conference games, do we really have to have the handshake line? I am Andy Gresh.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit.
Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay, things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
DK on the Sports Tip. Final segment of our show today. Tommy Lloyd radio show coming up at the top of the hour. I want to correct a statement I made earlier in the show when I misspoke and said that regarding the incident in 2022 involving UCLA player Mac Etienne and the Zona Zoo. It was, in fact, Mac Etienne who spit on a fan in the Zona Zoo after he was incited walking off the court, and obviously he was arrested for that incident when we were talking earlier about fan incidents at McHale Center following our conversation earlier in the show with Desiree Reed-Francois, getting her thoughts on everything that happened last Saturday at the conclusion of the BYU game. So if you want to hear that interview with Desiree Reed-Francois, head on over a little bit later to our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. You can hear Desiree's thoughts. Also, that'll be available on our app. You should download our app. I always encourage you to do so. Our app slaps. You can stream us anywhere by downloading the Wildcats 1290 app. You can head on over to wildcatsradio1290.com. You can also ask your smart speaker to play Wildcats Radio 1290. Text app to 520-848-1290. I will send you a link so you can download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app to your phone. It is your one-stop shop after every Arizona game day. We have got highlights. We have got reaction from you and the players and the head coaches. And we've also got our analysis that we provide to you after every U of A men's basketball game and football game. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Nice Wednesdays for Arizona baseball and softball. Both teams were on the road. The baseball team is down in Texas once again. Adonis Guzman continues to have a fabulous start to his season.
Swung on. Is that going to stay in? It will. Not only, it goes out. Home run, two-run shot delivered by Adonis Guzman. And Arizona pushes its lead to 3-0.
And for Guzman, this is a guy who's already picked up his second home run of the season. RBIs number 4 and 5, and helping his battery mate, his pitcher out by adding to their early lead.
Swung on. That was going to drop. Right center field. That's going to clear the bases. A 3-run double by Adonis Guzman. What a night he's had. He's got 5 RBI tonight.
Arizona scores 5 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. They rally to beat Rice on the road 11-8. Big night for Adonis Guzman as he would finish with 5 runs batted in. And how about the defense from Mason White?
Here's the 2-2. Swung on. Sharply hit to shortstop. Get the out at second. And the double play is turned.
6-4-3 double play. Gotta like that. Mason White throwing his gloves at him. Now it is on to Houston, Texas, where the Wildcats are going to play 3 ranked teams this weekend, all from the SEC. It is not going to be an easy road to hoe, but it'll be a fun one for sure for Arizona baseball as they'll open up play down in their second tournament of the season. This one is called the Astros Foundation College Classic. They'll play number 1 Texas A&M on Friday, number 18 Mississippi State on Saturday, and number 3 Tennessee on Sunday. I I think you're going to know who you are coming out of that tournament for sure. Meanwhile, over in Los Angeles, the 15-2 Arizona women would also come from behind. They were trailing 6-3 in a game against Loyola Marymount on the road when they would start their rally, and it would be Sydney Stewart in the fifth.
It's a two-strike pitch, and that's a high fly ball deep to left field. Does it stay fair? And it's a bombazo.
Huh?
A loud batazo off of the bat of Sydney Stewart.
Wait, play that again. I didn't do it. It's a bombazo? Is that what he said?
Bombazo.
Bombazo.
And it's a bombazo.
I don't know what does that mean?
A bombazo, that's just like it's a bomb.
Bomb?
Yeah.
Okay. That should have been pretty easy to clarify there. Bombazo is a bomb. I've not heard that. I've not heard that used in a home run call before. It's a bombazo. I like that.
I think you could also. I think this is related to the old sweet and hot Mexican candies.
Okay.
It's got the tamarind all over it. So I think it's something related to that. I remember there being a candy called a bombazo when I was growing up. I don't know if those are still around, but I imagine that might be somewhat related.
One more time.
One more time.
One more time.
And it's a bombazo.
All right. Sydney Stewart with a bombazo. I like that. I might have to figure out a way to work that in to a show at some point. And then the game was tied 6-6 in the top of the seventh. Arizona with a chance to take the lead.
The one strike pitch. Lina, that is off of Hubbard. And that ball's going to go to shallow right. Going to go to field. Beal comes in to score. And the Wildcats have just taken the lead.
Reagan Shockey drives in the winning run. 7-6 the final. Softball gets a win last night over LMU. Kai Altmaier drove in 3 runs in that game. Reagan Shockey and Sydney Stewart both had 2 hits. About 3 hits for Paige Demler and 2 hits for Jenna Sniffen. And now the ladies will move on to their next tournament. That's kind of a first stop on their weekend trek to the Judy Garman Classic, which will be played down at Cal State Fullerton. They'll play 5 games there against Weber State, Cal State Fullerton, Notre Dame, and then against ranked opponents, number 4 UCLA. That'll be Saturday at 3 o'clock, and number 23 San Diego State on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. All right, let's see. Let's do our Desert Diamond Casino replay for today. It is brought to you by Desert Diamond Casino Sportsbook, and it is Arizona's best bet. We had a chance to catch up with Brian Peabody earlier. He is the head coach of the Pima College men's basketball team, and they are 29-0 on the season. A couple weeks ago, we had a chance to chat with sophomore forward Wes Ball out of Marana High School. Wes Pima shoots a lot of threes, but Wes has only shot 11 of those threes this year. Now, he's made 6, so he's 6 for 11 from 3. That's 55%. And I joked with him when we chatted with him a few weeks ago that maybe he should lobby Brian Peabody to shoot more threes. Brian Peabody did not find that to be very amusing.
That. Now that's the first thing he's going to say tomorrow. I need to shoot more threes.
So, but with a big guy like that, what's the circumstance that you're okay with him taking a 3-point shot?
No, he can actually make it. I'm down with it. Like he's actually good off the bounce and stuff, and so he takes good shots. Like that's the thing that I like about this team. We don't just come down and jack the ball up. Everybody thinks because we score so many points, we take really, really good shots, and everybody, we do a drill every day. It's called License to Shoot, and it's 53 is moving, and if you make 40 to 50, like Cohen J does every time, you get to shoot whenever you want. 30 to 40, it's got to be a set play. Under that, you never get to shoot. So, and we do it every day for a month, and then we hang up the results on everybody's locker so they get to see this is where I'm at, and it's just it doesn't lie. Put it that way.
License to shoot. I like that. What do you think of that there, Dragon Ball?
I think it definitely will go ahead and remove maybe some delusions of grandeur from certain players that like to think that, oh no, I'm as my generation would say, oh no, I got the green. I'm always hitting the green on the jumper. It's like, no, you don't. You don't hit the green at all. You're just missing it left and right, buddy. Time to go ahead and just keep it with keep it to the twos, maybe a hook shot.
There you go. That is your Desert Diamond Casino replay for today. Brian Peabody and his Pima Aztecs men's basketball team, 29-0. They'll be playing at the West Gymnasium on Saturday, and it'll be a 4 o'clock start. Both the men and the women on Saturday. Women at 2, men at 4. Scottsdale's the opponent. Men trying to complete an undefeated regular season at 30-0. Head on up to West Anklam Road and check out the Aztecs on Saturday. All right, we have got Tommy Lloyd coming up here in a moment. Just to let you know, we will be back with you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for DK on the Sports Tip. We'll have a full show tomorrow. I believe, I'm trying to think who we talk. Oh, tomorrow we're going to talk to Cameron Hebick, the center for your Tucson Roadrunners. Roadrunners are home this weekend, as Cricket gave out some tickets earlier today. Who was our ticket winner, as a matter of fact, Dragon Ball?
Our ticket winner was one Ian Barker, so congratulations to him. He'll be able to go ahead and take himself and a friend over to see the Roadrunners.
I don't know. I think you were on the phone with Ian, so you did not hear me telling Cricket that I'm going Friday night, and I've got tickets right on the glass, I think.
Okay, then your responsibilities, whenever the puck is up against the boards, you got to slam on the glass to go ahead and make sure that the players know, hey, don't be sitting in there. You got to bring the puck out and put the action back on.
I'm hoping we don't get a slap shot that breaks any glass around me, though. That would be scary.
Oh, it's never the slap shots that get you. It's the open ice checks that get you.
The open ice checks, okay. Hopefully I won't get anything flying over the glass onto me because I'll be right down by the glass, but maybe we'll be sitting next to the penalty box, and I'll get a chance to chat with some of those guys when they're in the penalty box. That would be, I don't know, do they talk to you when they're in the penalty box? I've never really been down that
They
close.
very rarely will talk to you unless you're the Vancouver Green Men, in which case then once you go ahead and break out the box of Eggo waffles, that's when they have to crack a smile at you.
Oh.
If you ever want to have some fun times watching some really weird hockey videos, just look up the Vancouver Green Men, and you will have at least 5 minutes worth of chuckles and not sure what's going on.
Interesting. All right. I'll have to keep that one in mind right there. So, yeah, I'm going to be banging on the glass Friday night. Join me down right there, ice side, for Tucson and Rockford, the Ice Hogs, on Friday night. Face off at 7 o'clock. Suns are also in action tonight. They're back home against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are terrible again. 15-43. Yikes. They have lost 24 of their 28 road games. Zion Williamson, he's averaging 24 points and 7 rebounds and 5 assists, so the numbers are good, but the team is terrible.
And that's in how many games played.
Yeah.
That's the big question. How many games played has he gotten those averages?
Well, let's see. How many games has the young man played in so far this season? 21 out of where are we at around right now? About 50? 50? Are we in the 50s?
Well, they're 15-43 is their record, so they're 58? At least 58.
So he's missed 37 games.
Not good.
No. He has one time. Last year he played 70 games. He has twice played, and this is his 5th season. He has twice played more than 60 games in a season. 60 his second year and 70 games last year. Other than that, he's been pretty much hurt his entire career. All right, that's going to wrap up our show. Thanks to Brian Peabody for joining us. Thanks to Desiree Reed Francois. I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, well, we'll just play that on the way out. Thanks to Cricket and Dragon Ball. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We've got Tommy Lloyd's show coming up next right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Older adult. Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. There's been yet another change atop the AP basketball poll. Texas is now the #1 ranked team in the country for the first time in 21 years, becoming the third school in a 3-week span to occupy the top spot. The Longhorns then celebrated the accomplishment by putting the clamps on Georgia in a dominant 57-26 victory on Monday night. They were led by senior Taylor Jones, who put up 17 points and tied a career high with 16 rebounds. It was the Longhorns' 11th win in a row. Texas is now 27-2 on the season, but Jones and her teammates have loftier goals than just their new spot in the rankings.
It's cool. It's people's opinion of us, and I think the facts is just coming out every day and winning. We can't get to the national championship unless we win the one game ahead of us, and so one win at a time got us to where we were at, and so just continuing to do that.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Amber Theo Harris on Westwood One.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or in third-party delivery platforms.
Your old or broken phone can let you down when you need it most.
Perfect.
But at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get the most for it, up to $2,000 in value, for an amazing new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and a new line on My Plan, and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. That's like a 3-for-1. And you can get it on any plan. At Verizon, trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. The other guys won't give you that. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad. Up to $2,000 value based on iPhone, iPad,
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions that are reported first in Roger Road and First Avenue, Broadway west of Kolb Road at Broadway and Jessica, eastbound. Expect eastbound restrictions on Broadway at Jessica. And weather-wise, a 45, the overnight low, 76, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 77 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big. But there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
Don't miss out on any of the action as the University of Arizona takes on the Big 12 Conference.
Going for Lewis, and KJ slams it home for 2. Timeout.
You're listening to the flagship home of Arizona Wildcats Athletics. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Enjoy up to 70% off premium products. Designer handbags, gift cards from national chains, autographed sports memorabilia, cruises, hotel accommodations, and more. SweetDeals.com. Click Premium.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's cold outside and you need safe, reliable heat for you and your family. For a limited time, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering a free furnace with the purchase of a qualifying HVAC split system. For fast, reliable service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
It's the $10,000 quiz show. Okay, contestants, these are things that save you money. Ready? Here we go. It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
Tobacco Barn.
You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on
the Indian Reservation.
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at
TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Excellent. Now for the big savings. At Tobacco Barn, you'll save up to
40% off.
And because they're on the reservation, you pay no
city or state sales tax.
And at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, you get
a coupon up to $3 off.
What you are if you waste your money shopping somewhere else.
Crazy?
Nuts.
Stupid?
A few tacos short of a combo plate.
Wow! Tobacco Barn, Tucson's most watched savings show. Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check your local listings or TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires. Your support is urgently needed.
Go to redcross.org to help.
Flowers, chocolate, more flowers, more chocolate.
Searching for the perfect Valentine's gift? Oro Ford's got you covered. Save 10 grand off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s and new 2024 Super Duty trucks. Or get an incredible 12 grand off MSRP on new 2020 Ford Expeditions. Take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson for the sweetest deals all February long. Only at Oro Ford and oroford.com, where you'll always get 2% tax savings and no dealer add-ons.
Restrictions may apply. Not everyone will qualify. See Oro Ford for details.
Arizona Sports Enterprises and the University of Arizona proudly present the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show. Each week, the Cats head coach talks Wildcat basketball with the fans of Arizona. The Tommy Lloyd Show comes to you from Union Public House at the corner of Campbell and River in Tucson. Now let's talk Wildcat basketball with Coach Lloyd. Here's your host, the voice of the Wildcats, Brian Jeffries.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Union Public House. It's a Thursday night. Time to talk Wildcat basketball between now and 6 o'clock. The Wildcats have 3 games remaining in the regular season. It starts Saturday at Iowa State. They'll be back home next Tuesday to host Arizona State final home game and senior night at McHale Center. And then on Saturday, March 8th, the following Saturday, final game of the regular season at Kansas. And then the Wildcats head to the Big 12 tournament. It starts on Tuesday, March 11th. The Wildcats hoping they don't play until Thursday that week. All that's to be determined here over the next 3 games because there's a lot to be decided in terms of the race. It looks like Houston's going to win the championship, but a couple of teams are vying for that top 4 spot, and that's very valuable to get that double bye. And so all that ahead here for the Wildcats. Arizona coming off a nice win over Utah last night at McHale Center. Wildcats led by Caleb Love with 23 points. And the Cats held Utah under 40% shooting in that ball game. The Wildcats have now held 13 teams under 40% shooting so far this season. As we talk about the improved defense, that is certainly a big part of it. So that's what's coming up. Wildcats next game, 7 o'clock Saturday night against Iowa State, and then ASU and Kansas to close it out. So we'll talk about last night. We'll look ahead, of course, to Saturday's rematch after a great college basketball game here in Tucson when Iowa State visited earlier, and we'll get to that all ahead as well. We want to thank everybody for coming by. Another beautiful night to be on the patio here at Union Public House. We get spoiled, but that's okay. We'll take it, right, Coach?
Hey, it's our reality.
It is.
Let's embrace it. And another 80-degree day in Tucson. And, got my favorite people right up front here. These guys are amazing. Warner and his crew, I don't think they ever miss a show.
It looks kind of like the Last Supper up there. That's
the Last Supper?
Yeah, it does.
Well, we won't say who's at the head of the table.
Okay.
But
right. Okay. All right. Well, we're not even 24 hours removed from a good win over Utah last night, and it was a kind of a crazy game going in because of the change of coaches with the Utes. And I think, as you said before the ball game, you didn't really know what the Utes were going to do. They couldn't make wholesale changes, of course, but it was a good win, and they played hard.
No, they did a great job. Listen, I mean, we all talk about how difficult the Big 12 is, and we know it is. And coming into the game, they're 7th, 8th place. They're kind of right in the middle of the pack. So Just the week before they'd beaten Kansas and they beat Kansas State, and they go to UCF on Saturday and play them close, so, I mean, we knew it was going to be tough. And then you throw the wrinkle of, the coach getting let go on Monday, and, that's going to usually give the players a little catalyst for a response. And I thought Utah came out and they played great, and I thought our guys did a good job handling it, getting that lead in the first half. And then, the second half, I think they, got a little more courageous with some of the changes, and, maybe that's where they started throwing in the zone and the triangle and two. And, we probably could have handled it a little bit different, to be honest with you, but I felt comfortable that the game was, we had it under control, and I didn't want to start doing a bunch of wholesale substitutions and, we got to play this lineup versus the triangle and two and this lineup versus zone. And I wanted the guys to play and get comfortable. And, this is the time of year where you want your players individually to have a lot of confidence. And, your guys' confidence can go up and down over the course of the season, and now you're trying to get it right down the stretch run. So, I wanted guys to try to get an opportunity to develop some confidence. So, I tip my hat to Utah and to their team for what they're having to go through. We took care of business. That was the main objective, and we're on to the next one, which sounds like it's going to be a pretty fun one.
All right, you always talk about learning experiences. Every game you learn something. You got to see a variety of different defenses from Utah, and so I guess the obvious question is now if you see a variety of